They didn't just walk away. They disappeared when you needed them most. When life got heavy, when you showed your true, raw self, they left. And the worst part? You kept asking yourself, what did I do wrong? You replayed every conversation, every moment. You looked for the reason. But the truth is, sometimes people leave because they were never meant to stay. And in their absence, you found yourself drowning in silence. You gave them everything: your time, your love, your loyalty. You were there when they needed you, even when it hurt. You put their happiness above your own. And when the tables turned, when the storm came, they were gone, left you holding the weight alone. Nights felt longer, days emptier. You smiled in front of people, but behind closed doors, you were a ghost in your own life. You stopped reaching out, stopped believing people meant what they said. You laughed a little less, trusted a little slower. You built walls, not to keep the world out, but to keep your broken pieces in. You told yourself it's better this way. No expectations, no disappointments. But deep down, you missed who you used to be. Before the betrayal, before the silence, before the hurt hardened your heart. There were nights you lay awake wondering if things would ever feel right again. If you'd ever trust, love, or dream the same. If you'd ever get back to that version of you who believed the world was good. You stared at the ceiling with tears in your eyes, not because you were weak, but because you were holding too much for too long. And no one noticed, no one asked, no one stayed. But then something happened. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, just a quiet whisper in your soul that said, enough. Enough breaking yourself to fit into people's lives. Enough proving your worth to those too blind to see it. Enough shrinking. Enough surviving. It was time to rise. Not with rage, but with resolve. You started rebuilding, brick by brick. Not for anyone else, but for you. You picked yourself up, even when your legs shook. You showed up when no one clapped. You moved forward without answers. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't pretty. But every step was proof. You were still fighting, still here, still capable. The same heart that was shattered began to beat stronger. The same soul that was silent started to roar. You weren't the same person anymore. The pain didn't destroy you, it sculpted you into someone wiser, stronger, unshakable. You learned that you didn't need closure. You didn't need apologies. You just needed you. Now you walk with a different energy. You no longer chase. You attract. You no longer beg. You build. The silence that once hurt you now empowers you. You've found peace in your own company, purpose in your pain, and beauty in the scars they left behind. You no longer fear being alone because you've met the realest version of yourself in the darkness. And that version is powerful. You've turned your wounds into wisdom, your heartbreak into healing. You've become the person you once needed. And now you're unstoppable. People may still doubt you. They may still misunderstand you. But it no longer matters. Because you're no longer looking outward for validation. You've found it within. You've realized that being left behind was a gift. Because it forced you to grow roots so deep, no storm could shake you. You are not who you were. And that's your power. You survived the abandonment, the loneliness, the nights of questioning your worth. And now you rise with fire in your eyes. Not because you're angry, but because you remember what it took to come back. So if you're still in the storm, hear this. You won't be here forever. The pain will pass, the tears will dry. And one day you'll look back and realize the people who left didn't break you. They built you. And you owe it to yourself to become everything they never saw in you. You are not alone. You are not too broken. And you are far from done. Your story is still unfolding. Your strength is still growing. And the best version of you? It's just getting started.